Hello and welcome to this nighttime, although dawn is approaching, nighttime taste challenge. I have two blended Scotch whiskies, no age statement. This is Grant's Family Reserve, the Family Reserve. It is family owned. The William Grant and Sons family company owns it. It's been renamed to Grant's Triplewood. I think originally it was just called Grant's, just Grant's. You know what I'm saying? No, all mine. Then they decided to, there it is, 1887 when it was started. They decided to give it a name, the Family Reserve, and then they, about 2 years ago, they updated it to Triplewood. It's aged in three types of oak: virgin oak, American oak, and also bourbon refill, ex-bourbon barrels. So, and there it is. It says Glenfiddich, 1887. That's their single malt they're using, Glenfiddich. They own the Glenfiddich distillery. You can buy the Glenfiddich on its own. This was $23.99, this big glass bottle. So Grant's is not expensive. It's like lower level premium. It's not a budget brand, but it's like lower level premium. They do make a budget brand, and I'm going to bring that in the next time. And the budget brand probably is a bigger seller in the United States than the standard brand. Maybe tastes a little better, in my opinion. Now, here's Johnnie Walker, A Song of Fire, introduced in 2019, 40.8% alcohol, so a little higher than 40. I've been saying 40. I forgot it was 40.8. Don't know why not. It's got this wrap label on it, like a shrink wrap label, just like the Johnnie Walker High Rye. They're not using a label like they typically do. And it was introduced in 2019 in collaboration with Home Box Office cable channel, internet channel, for a television series promotional. Well, the series ended, so the whiskey ended, and they sold it cheap at Star. Now, the regular price was about $40.99, but I found it at Star in Kenner, Louisiana, and I'm sure it's been gone for 2 years. About 2 years ago, I found it, and it was $14.99. Can you believe it? $14.99. They're not quite even, but they're close. Very close. But I'll put just a couple of drops to even it. And I thought, wow, what a deal. $14.99. I'm just watching a video. I had to turn it off, obviously, but I was watching a video review from right when the scandemic started in 2020. And he was saying he found each bottle at Trader Joe's in California for $9.99. $9.95 or something like that. I said $9.99, and I thought I was getting a deal. And he was saying, well, this series, everybody's over it now. That's what his opinion was. The series was like played out, and Trader Joe's was trying to dump it. That was years before I ran across it, because I certainly wasn't looking for it. I remember when it hit the market, and I was like, I'm not paying $40.99, and I don't really get into those television series promotionals anyway. But if you like to do that, that's fine too. Okay, here's Triplewood whiskey, aged in 3 woods for one smooth taste. There's the new modern bottle with a brighter red, not that maroon, but a bright red, gold. And they say it gives smooth fruit, vanilla, and sweetness. Many whiskeys take their flavor from, but we mature Grant's Triplewood in 3 different types of wood: virgin oak, American oak, and bourbon refill. Okay. I'm not reading all these tasting notes. That's why I have the link below. You can read it. They also make Triplewood 8-year, Triplewood 12-year, Tropical Fiesta, Summer Orange. There's about their distillery, Gurvan. Now, Gurvan is the big grain whiskey distillery, I'm pretty sure. I think it was started in 1963. In 1990, we installed our first pat still, enabling our unique method of making grain whiskey. So they just pump it out like a refinery, those columns. It's like an alcohol, what is an alcohol refinery, but you know, they're not making rubbing alcohol, they're making grain alcohol. It just pumps it out 24 hours a day, 7 days. Use it in their blends, and they probably sell it to other companies who want to use it. It's huge in industrial facility, so they're not making any claims to handmade on that end. And it's similar to what I saw at Bacardi, the Bacardi distillery in Catano, Puerto Rico. It was like this big factory. It looked like an oil refinery, but it was a grain refinery. Okay. And they don't take you inside to take a tour. Maybe it's dangerous or something, flammable or something. They don't want you going in there. But when I went to Buffalo Trace, they took us in there. So it just depends on how the company wants to approach it. So they use the Glenfiddich in here, single malt. Don't know if they use other brands of single malt. Here they use Kalila and some other ones, but they're emphasizing Kalila in A Song of Fire, because they say it gives it subtle smokiness. I would say it gives it virtually no smokiness, honestly, but they're claiming it does. It's got that kind of hologram label. So Total Wine still has it listed, but they want $41.99. Like I said, I paid $14.99, and I'm watching this other guy's video, and he paid $9.95 at Trader Joe's for each bottle. Crazy, you know? Grants, you can pretty much buy that at every liquor store. You know, most everybody sells it. Johnnie Walker, everybody sells that. I'm talking about the red label and the black. Other ones that vary, you know, varies with store, whatever they want to stock. Can't carry it all. Yeah, just getting grain and a little peat, like no smoke, but just like that compost pile peatiness. When I say grain, just think of like a box of cereal and not Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles. Think of things like old people cereal, grape nuts, Special K, that kind of stuff. Multigrain cereal that children cry if you buy it for them because they don't want it. That's why they put it on the top shelf. They're not gonna pay. They want the little kids to see the sweetened cereal at the bottom. They put those on the bottom shelf. Okay. So they'll cry for it. Oh, King Vitamin was discontinued. I was thinking about King Vitamin because that has some kind of cereal grain, but they got rid of it 6 years ago. Okay, no more King Vitamin, no more Kaboom. That was discontinued in 2010. Now I know why I don't see King Vitamin anymore. Cereal grain, but a little honey and a little depth to it. Maybe, and this is doubtful, maybe some smoke, but I wouldn't invest in that contention. Taste time. Cheers. Little honey, sugar. Yeah, whiskey tastes like sugar water to me. Little peat, like a little bit. Kind of basic. I mean, they're talking about the 3 different woods make it so elaborate. That's their opinion. I don't see it. Now, my question was, do they take all of the whiskey and put it in the 3 woods, like age it for a year in the virgin oak, then take it out, age it for a year in the American oak of whatever type, and then the third year to age it in bourbon refill, right? Or do they do 2 years, 2 years, and 2 years? They don't say. Or is some of the whiskey aged in one of the types and the other type, and the other whiskeys age over here and the other whiskey age over there, and then they just blend them together? They're not too specific. Well, they're not. Yeah, they're not specific about that. So you don't know. You just don't know because they don't usually tell you. Now, Black Velvet, Canadian whiskey, they do kind of describe what they do. They age all their whiskeys separately. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They produce them separately and they age them together. That's right, because they're trying to do like gumbo, where you put all the ingredients in and people will let the gumbo sit in the fridge overnight or 2 days and then eat it because they all the flavors come together better. I mean, the first bowl of gumbo when you first cook it is good, but then after it all blends together, aging in the refrigerator for 2 days, it tastes better. It just depends on the company. Some of them age. Now, some of them they do double age, like Dewar's. They age each whiskey separately, the different grain whiskeys and the different barley malt whiskey, single malts. Then they blend it all together and let that age again together in a batch. They call it double aging. They claim it makes it better. That's up to you if you drink it and you think it's better. I don't know the answer. There's a little depth of flavor, some honey, and a little touch of smoke, but I'm finally able to detect. I'm finally able to pick up that subtle smokiness on Johnnie Walker, A Song of Fire. But it took me, see, I can't see how much I got left in the bottle, but it feels lighter. It took me a while to start picking up that smoke. And then when they say subtle, they mean subtle. But that sounds better than putting nearly undetectable smoke. You wouldn't want to put that on the label. Like light beer, they say light beer. They don't call it thin beer. That wouldn't be a good marketing. It's the same thing, but they're not going to put that. Buy the new Pabst Thin. It's so special. It's just thinned out with water. Oh, really? I want to buy that. But they make it sound special. It's light beer. Call that the framing effect. In psychology, that's called the framing effect. It's how you frame it. Like that little toddler years ago, my stepmother, my actual birth mother died years ago, but she was saying to this little toddler, 3 years old, 4 years old, "You're going to eat that food." And he was like, "I don't want to eat it. I'm not hungry." Was just asking for a cookie, but he's claiming he's not hungry to eat the spaghetti. And it kept going on and on. It was interrupting the football game we were trying to watch. So I said, I'm going to fix him up. So I went over there and I said, "Reese, I bet you can't handle hot sauce." "Yeah, I can because I'm little. I'm big." I said, "No, you're probably not grown up enough to handle hot sauce. Probably couldn't handle it." And I had Crystal. It's real mild. Hot sauce on the label, it says, but that's theory, not fact. If you taste it, you say, "Where's the heat?" There ain't none. I mean, there is, but it's so minimal. So his grandmother was like, don't put that on his food. It says Crystal, and could give it to a baby. It wouldn't make him sick. So I put the hot sauce on his spaghetti. I was like, "Well, I know you can't handle it." He's like, "Yeah, I can. I'm going to show you." So he started eating it. I said, "Well, how you like the hot sauce?" "I like it." So he ate the food. I told her that's how you get around that problem. You frame it differently. Instead of a command, "You're going to eat the food," I've made it as a challenge. Bet you can't do it. Actually, I didn't know if you could do it. I just figured might as well try it. Can't hurt. And he did it. So I lost the bet, but we didn't wager on anything. This one has a little peatiness. It's not really special. It's kind of regular, and it tastes a lot like Clan McGregor, except Clan McGregor is more smoky and more peaty and more cheaper. So Clan McGregor is their budget brand, but to me it has a more elaborate flavor. Still see it everywhere, but only in the jug bottles. They got rid of the 750s around here. Don't know why. They took down the website. Grant took down all their websites for all their like value brands. Those websites are gone. Same thing Sazerac did. They cut it all. Got rid of Canadian Miss website. Got rid of Yukon Jack website. They got rid of everything. I guess they didn't want to pay that little nominal fee every year. That's why Sazerac makes a lot of money. I guess they're tight-fisted. They don't want to spend money on anything. I mean, they used to have a website for every brand, and it was all elaborate, the history of the brand, and then they were just like, forget that. So they took them all down. But they still show links on the Sazerac. It's a click to learn more, and you click, it takes you right back to Sazerac. At least Grant's cleaned up their website. There is no clickable link. You can't go to anything. Now all they do is just list it. They'll just list Clan McGregor. That's just on their list. That's what Bacardi does. Here's the brands we make. Don't bother clicking because ain't nothing going to happen. Except for some of them. Like Pirate. I think it's called Pirate or Pirate rum. I think it's from the Dutch West Indies. Something. I don't know anything about it. Although I've seen it around. This has got a better flavor. Grant's is just bland. But it's not bad. Now, if somebody gets up here on the internet talking about, oh, Grant's, it's horrible. I have to choke it down. It makes me want to throw up. It's trash. Don't listen to all that. That's just hyperbole. You know, it's just, if you want to say it's kind of bland, I'll go along with that. It's like Budweiser. You get these people on YouTube stunting, talking about, oh, Budweiser, I could never drink that. It's so horrible. I'm like, if you say it's bland, I won't even argue with that. But don't sit there talking about it's horrible and you can't drink it. That's a joke. And you know it's a joke. I think the people know it's a joke. They're just using it as clickbait. And they'll do a screenshot, you know, like that thumbnail, where they're like horrified. I'm like, yeah, all right, more fake. And they call that a review. It's not a review. It's a slam video. They knew they hated it, and they wanted to so they're going to exaggerate and make a big deal out of it. Just be honest. Just say what it is. It's just kind of ordinary. Like ho-hum, no big deal. Kind of like Special K cereal. It's not really special. It's just regular old people cereal. Special Kellogg's, right? But it sounds better than call it old people cereal. So they call it Special K. My grandpa used to eat that stuff. All right, I like it, but I don't like the price, so therefore I don't ever buy it. And I'm not old yet. All right, Song of Fire. A Song of Fire. It's not exactly fire. Do I love it? I don't love it. But I don't hate it. It does have some character. Limited, but it has some character. It has some cachet, some savoir-faire because of the series, which I care nothing about, and have never watched a single second. I'm telling you the truth. I've never watched a single second of it. Because A, I don't pay for that channel because I don't ever watch it. I'm not going to pay for movies. I don't watch series and I don't watch movies. I watch baseball, basketball, football, and the news. And that is literally it. But, oh yeah, and all these video reviews. Guess that's like television. I watch a lot of that all the time. I'm calling it Johnnie Walker, A Song of Fire. I got it. I know you've been going a long time. Maybe they didn't go up there and tell you, but I got it. It's better, but it's not worth $40.99 better. You know what I'm saying? $40.99. And I got this huge bottle of Grants for $23.99. The answer is no. I would not pay that. But then, of course, I did not pay that. I said at the beginning of the video, I found this for $14.99. Thought I had a great deal until somebody told me this morning, well, told the audience this morning, he found it for $9.95 at Trader Joe's. I said, woof, that is the deal of the year, of the decade in whiskey. I still got him beat, though, because I found that Suntory Tokai. No, not Tokai. I found, although that is a great one. I found Nikka from the Barrel, Nikka, Nikka from the Barrel, from Japan. Runs about $75. I was looking at online websites. $75. Total wine, $75. Found that for $9.99 last year. $9.99. Or was it earlier this year? $9.99. That was the deal of the century so far. I'm looking at it. I'm like, is this a dream? You know, because you know how you have dreams sometimes. Then you wake up and it's like, yeah, as if, you know. Like I'll dream I'm at a comic book shop and I'll say, oh, look, The Incredible Hulk #1. And it's in mint condition for 80 cents, you know, and it's like, you bring it to the checkout. Is this really 80 cents? Yeah, man. And then a bear jumps out and starts attacking people. So you wake up like, and it's like, I don't know why a bear showed up, but it's a joke, you know. But I used to find books really cheap like that, like stuff that was theoretically worth a lot. You know, I don't think they're really worth anything. People claim they are, but for 80 cents, I'm like X-Men #29 for 80 cents, and number 30 and number 31 and 32 and 33. They're missing like two. They're missing number 45 and 48, but they got the whole run, 25 issues for 80 cents. From the 1960s. Yeah, I'll buy them all. I never sold them. I just traded them for Fantastic Four from the 60s. All right, but you know how much money I've made on comic books in my life? Guess what? Nothing. That's how much money I've made. Of course, I never sold them. I've had people, well, one guy wanted to buy them, but I don't know if he was just laying down air, you know, if he was just talking. But I told him I don't want to sell them because then I can't look at them. But anyway, Nikka from the Barrel, that was awesome, $9.99, and it really is worth $75. That whiskey that one is a song of fire. That one is fire. This one, I paid $14.99. It tastes better than $14.99. Okay, it tastes more like $30 whiskey, but 41, nah. You paying $10 for the promotional. You're paying $10 for the TV series, and they got you. All right, so you say, what if they come out with a Bionic Man whiskey? I'm still not going to buy it. All right, even Bionic Woman, I'm not going to buy. All right, anyway, they do have a lot of these promotional products, though. But so next time, a product that a lot of people will judge before they ever drink it, they'll just see it and they'll say, Clan McGregor, I don't mess with junk like that. And I'm like, you ever tried it? Oh, no. Okay, well, you know, you can trick them in a blind taste test. They'd be talking about all the subtle nuances, you know. Oh, man, this is really fine. What is it? It's Clan McGregor. Oh, I knew something was wrong with it. Why you didn't say that? Could have mentioned it when you didn't know what it was. All right, anyway, y'all take care. And a beer company sent me a beer. I'll show you what it is if you want to know. If not, we'll just move on. I'll show you what I got yesterday. It was on my porch when I got home from work. I'll show you going once. I'll show you going twice. Going. Well, you'll see the video when it gets posted. Bye-bye, everybody.